All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today, episode number 33, and we got two very, very special guests on. We got some players from the Tulane football team. We're tapping into it a little bit. I'll let you boys introduce yourself. Say something real quick.
Sincere, Haynesworth, number 52, center for Tulane, roll wave.
Hutson and Lillibridge, number 61, also a center, roll wave.
There we go. Grant Witham, former left guard, retired after my sophomore year, roll wave. But yeah, just want to get that out of the way. We got a lot on the menus. Me and Everett, we're thinking about starting a little recurring segment from time to time called Tulane Tuesdays. So this will be going up on Tuesday. Tulane Tuesday rolls off the tongue, thought it fit. So I guess Chad might have counted, but this is the first official Tulane Tuesday episode we got. So yeah.
All right. I like that.
But yeah, I mean, just for general starters, like got some stuff on the NFL today, got a little bit of college football. I know Grant's got some questions for you, just about college football. And then just some random stuff around the sports world. And we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, okay. I got a little story introduced, let you guys know a little bit more about me. So believe it or not, at one point in my life, I used to be a lineman. That used to be me back in the day. I only started for 1 year. And then I got put on scout team at a linebacker, which was honestly a bit more fun, but I miss my days on the line. But growing up, I was always the slowest kid, never touched the ball, never got any skill position snaps. I just want to ask you guys, how soon in your careers were you designated as just a lineman? Because for me, I think I may have touched a football 2 times in my whole career, whether it's like 3rd grade flag football, anything. Like I never got the ball ever. So just want to know, how quickly did they make you guys go to the line?
So get this. I didn't play football till 6th grade. I didn't start playing till 6th grade. The day I joined my little league team, the Pearland Patriots, I went from left guard, then to right guard. But so never got a chance to do any of the fun positions. I think I got to play like 3 snaps of nose guard.
Hey.
So I've been hand in the dirt blocking since.
you know what? Like I was the same deal. First time I was in 6th grade, it stuck me at center, man. Like I played 1 snap at wide receiver, and for whatever reason, they're like, yeah, this tiny 5'4" kid who's probably extremely.
Got a good head on his shoulders, though.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I couldn't snap the ball properly, so they had me snap it sideways. Like literally like a like this.
Oh wow!
Like it was.
Yeah, I could see a bit of a problem with that, trying to run an offense with that as your center, but
dichotomy of like where you had to play 2-way, so the offense and even so so this kid's gonna get stuck at center on offense, and then we're just gonna put him at safety. Like I don't really think that there's anybody who like
the
first center
safety hybrid.
Like.
That's insane.
That's
a new type of athlete.
Yeah.
It's different.
I think that's just called they didn't know where to put me.
No, that's ATH plus. ATH plus.
Yeah, I mean, you literally plug and play, put you anywhere. You're Isaiah Simmons, but like really do it all.
Yeah, well.
Upgraded version of Taysom Hill.
Oh boy.
This is number 63 I see you in?
Yeah, number 63. I got the picture pulled up.
Oh, yeah, that's me right there.
Sleeved up?
Uh-huh. We had to drip out for everything. That year I missed a week of practice and never got the starting job back. Bad move on me. But
business, man.
Yeah, missed a week. Coach came back. He loved me before. Came back from that. Was his least favorite player on the team.
People change.
A week in football time might as well be the season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bad move on me. I actually, believe it or not, I was visiting Everett in Minnesota. But
that was my fault.
It's all right. Came back, and you know what? I was the drip guy on the sideline. That year, actually, I may not have contributed to the team on the field, but I contributed off the field. So I was a little bit of an ox man in the locker room, and I just had a little question. So for me, I'm a big Ohio State fan. One of my big favorite stories that came out, just a random one, was like 2018, 2019, the third string tight end got revealed he was the greatest Ox of all time. And it was a third string tight end named Rashad Berry, goes by Shoddy Slime on Twitter. One of the funniest guys I've ever seen play at Ohio State. But do you guys have a designated Ox man on the team? Or is there like a favorite song or artist you guys like to play for like workouts or before games or anything?
Reggie.
Yeah.
Makes some music. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you got guys who make music on the team?
I was like, nah, they're all bad, generally speaking. But if it's Reggie on Ox, yeah.
Reggie's usually on Ox, either playing just some vibey or like his own music. Like
Yeah.
What's the worst Ox that's been in the locker room though?
For legal,
Yeah, is there anyone that's just never allowed to be on it at all? Like,
Never allowed
there's
to be
some
on
people
Ox.
I wish were never allowed on it.
Sometimes you don't know who's on it, but
Yes.
sometimes it'll go from young boy to young boy to young boy, and then it turns into the music's off and they're arguing like young boy is the best artist to ever exist. Like,
Yeah.
so those people I say can't have the Ox. Like if you're claiming young boy is the best ever, he's good, but he's just not the best ever.
gotta pass it.
Yeah, you gotta pass it because that's already you're below par. Way below.
Okay. So no young boy. I can understand.
I'm not gonna say no.
Not no young boy, but you can't be out here acting like he's the best.
Young boy max. Like if you're more than 3 young
Gotta put a limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say
That's the cutoff.
that's the
you're like,
cutoff. That's
You
probably
don't
my.
got that much time in the locker room. You
That's
gotta
what I'm saying.
diversify.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at like some soul music every now and then. I think that should get me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever been played lately.
See, Ox never comes our way though. It's always we hear about
Yeah.
people complaining about Ox. Ox
Mhm.
never even makes it. Like we never get a shot.
Yeah.
They don't give the O-line a look when it comes to Ox, don't they? No.
Like if Hudson's asking for Ox, they're telling him hell no.
Yes, they're like one, who are you? Two, no.
Why do I feel like it's the defense that just has the Ox?
It's because that's just who they are. Defense is all rah, hype, let's dance around.
Yeah.
That's just how it is in football, in my opinion. Like defense are always gonna be like that ego who I want the music. My music's the best. I'm gonna dance to my music, and then.
So you're telling me that you guys don't like the same 3 songs that Devin plays during warm-ups every practice?
Devin's
That's not
Devin's
it.
off Ox.
Oh.
Whoa, we're calling out guys right now. Whoa, what was that,
Yeah,
Everett?
yeah,
What?
I'm calling EQ. I'm calling guy out. I hope he sees this. He needs to up his Ox game
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
It's been the same 3 songs. I like every single time I hear one of like any like Pop Smoke, anything going up on my like
Here we
coming in the
go.
car, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Here we go again.
I'm back in Birmingham.
Here we go again.
Okay, so while we're just like on the standard topic of just college football, I know Grant wanted to ask you guys this, but as players, what's your opinion on like conference realignment and everything that's going on with that? Like,
I think it's awesome. I wish Tulane would have got some of that realignment love, of course, but I think it's cool. The switch.
I don't know. Hashtag Tulane to the SEC. I still think it's on the table, but
Let's see why not. I mean,
anything.
I mean LSU doesn't want more competition in state, but LSU is probably afraid, so I can understand maybe some guys up there trying to block that move, but
we can take
makes sense. One of the only moves that would make sense regionally from what's going on right now. Big Ten right now is literally a national conference, except for the South, I guess. But they literally California, they got Rutgers, New York, whole Midwest area. Big Ten's not really Big Ten anymore.
I actually have some of the worst, like, if you're a student and you're in like a real class, you know what I mean? And you're like, I got to get this assignment done. And then we got to, 6-hour flight. And then, because you leave the day before and then you're flying all the way to like New York from California.
Yeah.
And then you maybe got to write up a little paper on Sunday.
Yeah.
What about Pac-12 after dark? I think that's like a scam in college because you're getting back from that game no later than 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and then I know you still got to be on your schedule the next day.
What about Maction action? Action. You go. They got the Tuesday games.
I would, if I played on the Tuesday, I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah,
because that's just
Tuesday. It seems like a weird practice schedule too.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Weekend practice.
You're practicing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You're traveling probably. Tuesday, you got a game. Wednesday, they'll still like you won't get off because you'll still have school probably. So we'll definitely probably still get a call up to the facility. Like probably watch the film the next day instead of having that day rest in between. I don't know how they do it, but that's what I'd assume. Yeah. I wouldn't like it.
There's probably a day in the life of a math player video out there
somewhere. I'm sure.
I feel like you could really tap into that if you're a Mac player out there. Maybe get like a little vlog series going.
Yeah.
NCAA won't punish you anymore for doing it, so you could do it now.
Sure who does it? Like someone on the team's probably done a couple of days. I'm sure someone has. Like I would like. I'm sure Neezy's done.
Oh yeah,
too, maybe.
It probably compile.
Neezy maybe. There's a couple guys on that, like Jalen Monroe is here.
He was filming stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he definitely did some when he was here. But I know it's interesting. Whenever I went to the Black Student Athlete Conference, and that's one of the things that they recommend people start doing to build their brand. Is like on Reels and stuff. And like TikTok is to start going on like just anything and just giving like a day in the life, like just a few days in the lives, because like people want to see that. Like
it's interesting. Like any just like general fan of any fan base, any team would be interested just seeing a little bit behind the scenes. And I kind of feel like from a player perspective, it's a little more interesting to watch too. Okay. Also something I kind of, or what was that?
It's interesting for me. I like seeing what other schools got going on. Like what, like just comparing it to what we got or like what I've heard from other schools. I think that's pretty cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think there might be an opportunity there, but okay, something I just popped in my head with conference realignment. So I think with a bunch of like things moving around college football right now, so there's like conference realignment, everyone's talking about college football playoff expansion. I want to hear what you guys think about that expansion. If let's say the Big Ten SEC were to become these massive super conference leagues with like 20 teams in them, I think they're going to have to expand the playoff to more than 4 teams. I think they just have to do that just to make sense.
I think for sure.
Too late into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure that. I think, honestly, I've always thought it should just be like the winner of each conference gets a little buy-in to a little extra playoff series, and then that's how they should do like the national championship.
Kind of more like a March Madness thing.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how they should do it.
Feels good.
But I agree. But they definitely should expand it. I think they're gonna have to, and I think financially too for the NCAA it'd just be smart to
it would be smart, wouldn't it? But apparently they don't like that kind of revenue, so guess not.
Well, I mean, if they just had more playoff games, I mean, money's pushing all these moves right now, so obviously the NCAA would gladly take that. If that were to happen, we were talking to Chad about this earlier last time. Would you guys have any problem like shortening the length of the regular season by like a game or 2 or something to make room for playoffs? Because I hear a lot of people arguing, I don't want these guys playing 16 game seasons potentially if you make it all the way through the rounds in the playoffs.
I mean, that's how, like in high school, most teams play. Like if you make it all the way through, you make it to state. At least I know in Texas for sure. Yeah. If you make it to state game, you're 16-0. Like you go undefeated. Yeah, you're 16-0. I think that's like you get to college, you can play 11 games. Was it 11, 12 games? Unless you make it to the playoffs and you play 13 or 14. Yeah. Then you get to the league and all of a sudden you're playing 17 games. Yeah, like, what the hell is going on? So I feel like the length on the season wouldn't hurt anybody.
You think they should just keep?
I think they should keep it. I don't think
just keep it at 12 and then also expand playoff.
Yeah, because then not every team's going to make the playoffs either. So those teams that are serially not going to make the playoffs, you're shortening them again.
Yeah, shortening their season.
Keep them out of at least 4 or 5 games over their lifetime.
That can make a difference. Plus, it's like school revenue for the program, all that stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, Chad was the one who suggested shortening the season. Don't know why the hell he thought about that one. But yeah.
Well, another thing that Chad said, and we put this up on our TikTok, and we've been getting conflicting kind of just results. And this is directed at both of you because it is directed about the defensive lines. So Chad said that there's not that big of a skill gap in college football between programs. The big skill gap comes between the trenches, so offensive and defensive lines. Do you think that that's accurate, or is it related to depth, related to skill position?
I think, in my opinion, I think that for sure that holds some weight because schools like,
well, it's got to be true a little bit.
Yeah,
for sure. Your eye.
The bigger schools, of course, like Power 5 schools, they're not recruiting kids who were under 6'3" in the trenches, really. And they're like just size and difference. They're trying to recruit kids who maybe can get there today and play tomorrow. So just off that, they're getting kids with more capability just off rip. So I think that does hold a little bit of weight, but I think the real skill gap does come from like depth and like how much skill, like how much of a drop off is there from your starters to your 2s to your 3s, because guys get tired. Like it's a long game, and so
it's a long season.
So especially, and I'll even say for the trenches in general. So like if you got a solid starting D line, like your D line's great, those guys are going to play like 3 or 4 plays before they're not that great anymore because they're gassed.
Yeah.
And then you got to put in their backups. And then if it's a large drop off, you've got the same 5 offensive linemen in there trained to go. So they're going to, now I get a break because, you've got 5'2" guy, such a big drop off coming into the game. And it's like, this is so much easier than your 5-star starter you got here. So I definitely think it comes from more of a depth perspective than
in the trenches.
Yeah, just in specifically the trenches. But I do think that plays a big part because if you've just got an O-line of absolute freaks, and then you're playing just a average D-line.
Well, how much more difficult is it to prep for? So like last year when we played Oklahoma, right? How much more difficult is it to prep for them in comparison to like when we were playing either like a UAB, UCF, like something that's more interconference?
I'm saying like I try to prepare personally, like just for everyone's the same, like just kind of like not to give anyone too much credit, not to take away credit from anyone, and try to kind of like, all right, this next guy I'm going against is the best guy I've seen all week. This is kind of how you got to think about it. But I would say in terms of just like team prep, you're definitely prepping against like, you're worried about that 2 coming in, honestly. Like, okay, I've got to study an extra guy on film. I've got to study the starter. I've got to study the backup. I've got to study the 3rd string because they're all good. Like they're all great versus when you're playing a team like USF, who beat USF last year. You're looking at their starter and you're like, okay, he's got a couple moves he's got a couple good things he's put on film that are like really great. You go watch their 2nd string guy and it's like, okay, like he's not putting as much good things on film. Like I don't really know what to expect from him, but he's not putting anything on here that I need to worry about, that I need to give some extra attention this week. So I feel like that's the biggest difference. Is it just comes down to you're preparing for more in talent and then more just people in general, like more things to worry about, more things to see, more things to pick up on.
Got you.
For sure.
It's definitely like, for me, it's like a tool thing because you see some guys who got like a lot of tools that opens their options up a lot. And so you kind of get tendencies, but it's kind of like a who's who on what you expect on like a play to play, where like maybe you're playing a guy who has one or two tools and just uses them really well. And then that's like a different type of matchup.
Yeah, I agree with that too, for sure. Like, again, using OU, you definitely prepare for a guy to just have his 1 and 2 move just be phenomenal. And he doesn't need to go to 3 and 4. I mean, with these other guys, they might have a little bit of a deeper bag just because they have to. They're not as physically gifted as these other guys. So,
Got you.
Yeah, I got like a couple more little more in-depth college football questions, a little more, or not really in-depth. Actually, take that back. Just kind of interesting things. I saw a little proposal for bowl games. I forgot which coach brought it up today, but there was some coach, he got asked, do you have any like concerns with players like opting out of bowl games, not really focus on bowl season as much? And he said, if there was some type of money, financial incentive for the winning team, so like $10,000 for each player on the winning team, then that'll definitely get everyone playing. Do you think, I don't know, hell, the Mayo Bowl or whatever it's called, I think everyone might be a little more up for that game if there was some money involved for the winners. Like, do you think that could be a fun little bonus for the bowl games? What, like,
I don't think the guys opting out of bowl games aren't worried about $10,000 compared to the $1 million contract that they're trying to get. That's the whole reason they opt out, right? It's just because they don't want to get hurt in this last game that is going to have an asterisk next to it regardless.
Yeah.
They don't want to get hurt for this game and miss out on multi-millions for a game that it counts, but it only counts to like your team and your school and like your pride, really, which is, it means a lot, but like, at the end of the day, it's all a business and you're kind of selling yourself at the end of the day. So
if y'all could choose like any bowl game to go to, like doesn't matter, like which one would you want to go to the most?
probably like
Rose Bowl.
Like definitely like accomplishment wise, like, oh, like that was awesome, like Rose Bowl. But I think I'd want to see like sightseeing and stuff for sure, like just like just for vibes. I definitely want to go like Hawaii Bowl or maybe
I mean,
like
it's on the table. It's always on the table.
Yeah, that one really is always on the table for sure. I don't know, definitely probably like Hawaii Bowl. We'll do Hawaii, like a tribal or something.
Not back to Idaho.
For sure,
I
not
thrive in Idaho.
Take
me to that snowy weather.
Oh God,
it's not even. That was just a bad experience all around. That was just
telling me snow in a wind tunnel and non-acclimated, among other things, isn't ideal.
I mean,
I'm licking my chops right now.
No,
I played a game of a polar vortex.
Okay, that's fair. Wait. Hold on. Wait a second.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
There was like one of the big like ice storms going, and it was just a Friday night, and it was sub-zero, and they put the big sideline heaters on, and you kind of like, you come off the side, you kind of shuffle over to the sideline heaters, and you stand there for a while, and then it's time to go back out on offense, and then you come back, and there's a guy who you've never seen play before standing in the heater. You're like, can I please? He goes, I'm using this. You're like, and you don't even have time to be mad because you just got to go back out on offense.
So then no one thought like, hey, it's too cold.
No, no. It's never too cold to play a football game in the Midwest.
The Midwest is a little bit different than Texas, though.
That's one thing I feel like is gonna, like, even playing in Idaho, that was already just something to get used to. That was something to get used to. Like, I can't imagine playing in.
It's not even that bad.
Like, and that's what I hear. I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Like the cool air kind of stings a little and it feels good. It's like stings your lungs, make you feel alive.
Then when you get hit, though, I mean,
no, it's great. It's like an immediate ice pack.
Grant, as a former fellow offensive lineman, are you shaming me for wearing sleeves?
He was wearing sleeves.
No.
Weather.
No. would always wear sleeves, not necessarily because I mean sometimes it'd be hot and I'd still have to wear sleeves just for the drip, you know. But I mean also because I'm from California, I feel like me wearing sleeves, I kind of have a little pass built in. We're kind of expected to wear sleeves out there. If it ever gets below 70, like you need like maybe 2 sets of sleeves on. So I think I get a little bit of a pass. Maybe it's a bit different from Texas wearing sleeves. I imagine you wouldn't need to throw sleeves on too much in Texas, especially early season, the summertime.
I mean, those late games,
It's kind of chilly.
it gets a little chilly. It gets chilly like that bone chilly, just like here in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it's like humid, and then get like a little bone chill.
Yeah.
Not really like super brisk or anything, but just enough to make me want to wear sleeves. I feel like that's the best option.
What's the difference between like compression sleeves though and then like a long sleeve t-shirt though? Because I feel like compression sleeves almost like might be like a little bit less frowned upon, but like those long sleeves that are like
if you got it
like
super
thermal,
baggy,
like come on. So that thermal is fire.
Yeah.
Like they'll give like a little like a dry fit thermal.
Yeah.
And you almost get hot playing. Like I wore it. I think Memphis was a pretty cold game.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. I wore like literally just a half one sleeve because I need this one for I can't have anything in the way when I'm snapping. But a sleeve on this arm and I was almost getting too hot. Just because it was like the thermal was pretty fire.
Yeah, fun fact, those heaters are actually extreme fire hazards. We were told that we can't have they were like lighting people's like coats and stuff on fire when we were there.
Someone burned I won't say who, but Idaho someone literally burned their helmet on one, like was trying to just like heat up the helmets like during cold games, like the insides like get so stiff and literally hurt to put on your head.
Yeah.
And so like they'll put the little heater around the pads so the pads soften up, and he just burnt his helmet and just melted it a little bit.
It's gotta feel great to put back on afterwards.
Oh yeah, a little melty,
a little nice and slimy.
Yeah.
It's
probably got like a weird smell of like a burnt plastic maybe in there. But okay, going back to the sleeves thing. So for me, whenever I was playing O-line, like my freshman year, I would not be dripping out that hard. You know, on the O-line, it's just a different standard. In a way, it's just kind of weak to be up there wearing drip. In my opinion, the D lineman will just kind of start laughing at you if they see someone up there with a visor or something. We had a guard our freshman year who was wearing full sleeves, like it was an NCAA 14 player with like armbands, and he played right guard. But my sophomore year, when I was playing D line, I feel like when you play D line, you kind of have some more freedom. So that's when I throw the sleeves on. Then we're wearing like one leg sleeve, like one Jordan eye strip, not the other, just for one eye, like a bandana underneath, even like just a bunch of random shit. There's a picture of me and Chad Chad has like a ski mask, like skull cut out underneath. No reason to wear it at all. So funny.
The shiesty.
Maybe you could, the shiesty. Maybe you could pull it up, Everett.
I got it. Yeah. You don't want to get in. This is Chad right here.
Of course, like Chad's always dripped out. I like Chad's game day fits. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes Chad will just pull up on game days, and I'm liking the fit. It makes me wish I was able to do it sometimes.
Yeah,
but just like that,
come suited out.
Yeah. Oh, that's something I do want to do.
Pull up in a suit.
Yeah, like I wish we were a school that did that instead of
y'all could orchestrate that.
And no one's buying a suit.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
And like the schools that do it, they get it provided. That's like part of their like measurements when they come into the school freshman year. Like they measure you for a suit.
See that I feel like that'd be like if at any times to do it, if you're not doing like the first game of the year, like do it for like a bowl game. Like come like dripped out for a bowl game. Like
I would I like
or like in theme, if it's the Hawaii Bowl, I'd like to see my team in full Hawaiians and everything coming off the plane.
Then it, like you lose and then
that's a bad look.
I'm in that mean shirt, Hawaiian shirt, no matter what. You're in Hawaii. You gotta put that in a con before having a good time.
Exactly.
The one thing that I'm gonna say though is imagine for that Hawaii Bowl going on the plane that we have for how long that would be.
Yeah.
Like
I know Hawaii's on the other end.
Like
Sign me up.
The pot of gold.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Take me.
Oh my God.
What? There's no way it can be that long. What is it like?
It's like 5 hours from LA.
Oh, dude, I was thinking it's like a 10-hour flight.
It's like 8.
It's a pretty long.
It's like
flight
8 from here.
Watch all the Lord of the Rings. You're welcome.
You're gonna be doing that. Who sits next to you on the plane? It's just random.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm lucky enough. I got that like little buffer seat.
You got the extra seat in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky. I get blessed.
Yeah, I got stuck next to Albie last time.
Not a lot of room there. Albie's pretty stout.
No, he is. Yeah,
He's a stout guy.
The first time when we traveled to Oklahoma, I got stuck next to both Albie and Ryan, and I was in the middle. And I was like, "All right, so try not to get fired on this flight." Yeah. All right.
It's
like I don't know. I mean, it's a flight. Like I was like, all right, I gotta move my arms and gotta make sure that they got the armrest. Like
hit like a double.
Yeah, don't want to fall asleep and just like wake up from night terrors in the plane. Slap them.
I thought you were more worried, like fall asleep on Albie's shoulder.
No, then maybe Albie would be fine.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I think so. He's a caring guy.
Do you got anything else for college football?
Yeah. So last time when Chad was on, we were talking a little bit about NIL, and me and Chad got in a little bit of a debate, kind of in agreement, and how I think NIL is just getting out of hand and the NCAA is gonna start regulating it some way. So it's coming out that Miami just gave about to be a senior in high school. They offered him $9 million to come to Miami. And this guy's like a 17-year-old kid. He's not even at Miami yet. In my opinion, I guess it's legal to do this right now, but they're definitely, when this guy shows up on campus, there's no way that can go over well in the locker room with all the upperclassmen, like some freshmen walking on campus getting $9 million. Hasn't even played a snap yet for us.
I mean,
No.
It is what it is.
I just think it's actually, I think it's kind of funny.
I think it's gonna hurt these teams more than they realize. Like, what's Miami gonna do, or whoever offered this kid this NIL deal gonna do when he realizes he's gotten more money than a lot of people he knows is ever gonna touch, and he realizes that if he doesn't want to play football anymore, like he doesn't have a love for the game, he was just doing it to, get paid. He got paid, and he doesn't really have to anymore if he wants. Like, if that's what all he was in it for, like he accomplished his goal. Now
that'd be so funny.
Like, and so
I'm kind of rooting for that heel turn. Shows up on campus and just
he said you paid him $9 million, and like so many kids just don't want to play football to actually play football. Like,
do you think that would ruin it for people? Do you think that they'd stop giving $9 million checks?
The first time someone does that, that's the last check cut like that.
Get ready,
because I don't. Unless
somebody's about to go down in the history books for the first NCAA scammer of all time.
You gotta read like the clauses on this contract.
Yes, read the contract very finely.
That a lot of most contracts are supposed to have
repo guy out there.
You're supposed to have good standings with like your university or whatever, and that's like it's a given, right? But like, I don't understand how. Like, it's they're offering him this much money. Like, are they giving him this money? Like, they're like, you committed here, that's all you have to do? Or is it over his time there, maybe? Like, if it's over his time there, then I think that's fair. I think that would be like, by the end of your time here.
$4.5 million, 2 years in.
Like, yeah. I think that's a little different, but like they're just giving him like all this money off rip, and the kid doesn't even really want to play ball. Like, he's good at ball, realize it's the way to make it to a better situation, which is fair. Like, I'm not like,
and he'll lose every excuse he's ever had ever.
Yeah, I mean,
like ever.
He's got it all at that point. It's just now it comes down to you have a lot of kids who really just love the game of football playing because they're doing what they love and getting paid for it already, or you're getting a bunch of kids who are gonna be super paid, show up on campus and have this ego and not really want to work. And like, I got my money, like I'm a millionaire. Like I didn't play the snap, I'm a millionaire. And they're smart enough to know how to invest and take care of their money too. Like they really don't ever have to do it again. So I think it's insane. I think.
Are y'all getting stuff? Have they talked to you? We asked Chad this, but have they talked to you about EA Sports and all that stuff yet? Or because I don't know if Tulane's in that or not.
I think it got mentioned to us once, like whenever it first got cleared that they're doing it again, and it was going to be up to people's like universities, and I think that our university decided against it if we weren't going to be compensated for it, because like I don't think they're compensating people for like their likeness.
No, they are. I think so. Are they is EA paying players for their likeness?
I'm not entirely sure. I think they're.
No, it's not. That's right.
I think like there's some like contract situation right now where they haven't like adjusted with the new NIL rules, and so like I think there like might be something saying college athletes can't be paid for video games or something like right now.
It was something with that why we decided against it, and
okay.
I remember them saying like, oh, they don't want us to be in the game and then not receive anything for it. So, I mean, that's like the whole NCAA.
I get that.
That's been going on.
That's very fair, but just imagine being in a video game like.
Yeah, I don't like care at all.
You don't gotta pay me a dime. Like that's my reward being in the game. Like that's something I dreamed of when I was a kid.
If I can sit there and like put on my PlayStation and turn it on and it's just me.
I popped off when I was in Realignment, and that's not even official.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, my freshman year, the first thing I did was my buddy had the NCAA where you keep it updated rosters. First thing I did was try to find myself, and I did. I posted it all over Snapchat. I'm like, this is a dream. Like this is like so much more to go. Like they need to just revamp the game and put me in there for real. Like,
yeah, I was telling Chad when Chad's hopefully will make the I think it's what is it 72-man roster I think is finalized. Hopefully Chad will be on that list, but I want to start my road to glory with Chad at safety playing as him. I told him I might even start like a little YouTube series out of that. Chad for Heisman. But I don't know, like I just think it's very fun now. Like now that like I've been a massive college football fan my whole life, and now that like I'm in college now, I'm like the same age as these players now. It's very weird for me. And now I'm the new recruits for Ohio State I'm looking at are like 3 years younger than me now, and it feels very weird. Right. So like as a fan, like kind of a weird transition period where it's really sinking in. I'm rooting for guys younger than me in some cases, but yeah. I think for this college football game, I think it'd just be so sick if they were to somehow have some agreement with like all your guys' names in there right from the get-go. Yeah. Maybe even like face scan you guys too. Yeah. That'd be really cool. They definitely have the technology to do it.
All nine, yeah.
You know, EA loves doing that for soccer players, but when it comes to the NFL or anything other, they're not so keen on getting everybody. So I don't really know.
To be honest, they're actually pretty bad with their like soccer face scans for some of the younger guys. There's some guys who like definitely should have a face scan and don't have it.
Yeah. I've seen like on FIFA, when I play FIFA, there's a couple of the younger guys who you can definitely tell they got templated just because
it's like
they're like you haven't done much yet, you know. You don't we're not gonna waste your time.
Speaking of soccer though, and unless you really got anything pressing, we can transition a little bit. This past weekend, well, for one, the Man City and who was it?
Everton, right?
Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the team that lost to the American team. Okay.
Yeah, Man City and Bayern Munich played in Lambeau yesterday with Haaland scoring his first goal at Lambeau, so that was kind of cool. Yeah. But the big thing was both Everton and Chelsea lost to MLS teams this week.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing was Barstool Sports tweeted out that It's now called soccer. It's not called football. West reigns supreme. Will reign supreme in November when we beat England in the World Cup. But
I like that take.
Yeah.
I like that take.
Yeah.
Good take.
I won't lie. I'm a fan of calling soccer football. I call them both football.
Yeah.
But definitely, I do like that take. We are gonna USA World Cup this year. We're not. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's this fall. Yeah. It's the game.
No, yeah, kind of great scheduling. Day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, it's England versus USA. So it'll be a holiday weekend. I'm not sure how many people. I mean, I'll be watching the game, but that TV should be on everywhere. I was thinking though, if the World Cup was actually in the summer this year, what if they just did England versus USA on 4th of July? I think it would have been the greatest scheduled event of all time if they somehow did that. But
have the highest viewership of any.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never felt more compelled to go to a soccer game than that one.
If it was England versus USA on 4th of July.
I don't think the world continues after that. I can't.
Yeah.
I just think see blank white after that.
Yeah.
Just put real stakes winner. If England wins, they take us back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe put some real stakes on the line.
Yeah.
What would be if we won though? What would the US get out of that?
They got to return all the things that they took that are in their museums. They'll hate that the most.
Yeah. I feel like the US is kind of taken so much from Great Britain, I guess, right now.
It's not the US's fault that Great Britain just can't win things. So
I mean, if we take soccer from them, what's left? We're not taking beans on toast. We'll let them keep.
Let's go.
We're gonna let them keep that one, but yeah.
I think this is the third time I've heard you say something about beans on toast this week.
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
Why is beans on toast a hot topic?
Couldn't tell you.
No idea.
I feel like a recent trend in the past year or two. I've just seen British beans on toast TikTok pop up. I'm just like, what?
Avocado toast?
No, it's a popular thing overseas. It's I think it's a popular breakfast.
Yeah.
Toast.
Okay.
And a lot of
Very
people
interesting.
Just because how we eat baked beans here, it's a little odd. But I'm gonna try it.
Are you telling me that they don't eat baked beans slaughtered in
No, it's exactly how you think baked beans are. They're the American baked beans. They just put them on toast.
Just put it on toast.
Beans and toast.
It tastes
That
exactly
sounds like a
like
swole breakfast.
you
If
thought
you
it
ask
would.
me.
pretty good for you.
Now,
If I had
full
beans and
English
toast every morning, I
breakfast,
think I'd be jacked.
I can get behind full English breakfast with the sausages and the eggs and
Some crumpets.
the full English breakfast. Look that up. Fact check me.
Full.
I don't want to
English
get. I don't want to
breakfast?
get any large facts wrong and then
All right,
be
let's see.
held until
Full-
the end of time.
I can't say my knowledge on the English breakfast is too
Full
good,
English.
but
All right. The common full English breakfast is a substantial meal consisted of back bacon, eggs, British sausage, baked beans, fried tomato, fried mushrooms, black pudding,
I'm out.
and fried
So
and
good.
toasted bread.
I'm out.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of things.
Fried tomatoes, fried mushrooms. I'm out.
Just don't eat it.
Fried tomatoes is I could do some fried mushrooms, but fried tomatoes is pretty nasty.
They're good.
Fried tomatoes.
They're probably green tomatoes too.
That's
Fried
worse.
green tomatoes.
That's worse.
I'm not a huge fan of greens. Don't pass me the green potato or not potato.
Potatoes. I don't. If they make
And
green
potatoes.
green potatoes, that'd probably be pretty moldy. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Parsley potatoes.
Is that green potatoes?
I think those would be.
I've
green.
never. Well, yeah. I
They have
guess.
a greenish tint.
Yeah, I guess.
Green eggs and ham. Would you eat green eggs and ham?
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. You gotta experiment at least a little bit.
Did anyone else at school do
Yes.
that?
Make
as a-
green eggs and ham.
Yeah, there was a day in elementary.
I don't think that was us. I don't think we did that. I don't think.
And it shows.
Yeah,
I didn't do it
there
either.
was-
One athlete. Green eggs and ham
Green
day.
eggs and ham.
That's the key. That's you guys want to play D1? You gotta have green eggs and ham. Kindergarten, you get better have had your green eggs and ham.
Rand and I went to the same elementary school, at least for that bit that you're talking about. So I guess we just didn't do it. And I don't know, besides Chad Knopf, I don't really know if there's any notable athletes that have come out of that school.
No, not really. I guess our biggest celebrity is Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother.
Well,
If
Tom
you know
Hanks-
him, that's
Didn't
Tom Hanks's kids, but not Chet Hanks, the cool one, the other one. But if Chet went to our school, he would have been the biggest celebrity for sure.
Chet
But
Holmgren?
no, Chet Hanks.
Oh. Well, Chet Holmgren went to the other school that I was like
Yeah,
5 minutes away from my school. We played him.
Okay.
Chet Holmgren, and then
Jalen
damn it, I forget the other dude's name every time.
Yeah, he's Jalen Suggs.
Jalen Suggs.
Football team.
Really?
We absolutely annihilated every school that we played. So
Let's go.
we had a gentleman in Minnesota. There's a rule where I think it's by 21. If you're up by 21, they don't score.
Oh, the good old Madden rule.
That's gentlemen's. They forfeit.
Hey, 21 skunk.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what we did to our rivals my senior year, and then
Wait, in basketball, just 21-0?
In football, not
Oh, I was about to say basketball, 21-0, call the game. That's hilarious.
He's a
Yeah.
freaky athlete. I can imagine he
yeah.
did some things.
He was a 4-star football recruit and a 5-star basketball recruit. So
Dude,
some
that's
people,
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
Okay, actually, a slight, somewhat on topic of the football basketball transition. I read something that kind of shocked me the other day. It's kind of on topic, New Orleans. So I'm not sure if you guys are Pelicans fans, but I heard that apparently Zion is now 285, 6'7". I'm not sure how it's possible for a 6'7", 285-pound guy to be throwing down 360 windmill dunks. But if you're that freaky of an athlete, like, do you think this guy might actually be able to make maybe an actual snap at tight end? Like, people are always like LeBron could play in the NFL. What do you think? D-line for Zion?
I mean, like, that's like, isn't that like close to Myles Garrett, like his height and weight?
Yeah,
But like
Myles Garrett might be up.
Zion's like health and weight state is like a Waffle House ticket at the end of your meal, and it's never the same. Like, you hear something new every day about Zion's weight, and like then 3 days later he does the freakiest thing you've ever seen on the court, and he looks great. And you're
He's keeping everybody guessing,
That's what
including
he is.
his team. He has no
exactly.
idea.
He's a wild card.
No idea what's going on.
I think he might have just signed like a recent extension too.
Yeah, he did. After playing maybe about 1 season, getting the supermax.
It's the Zion effect. I think if Zion was at Duke, like if I was Jordan, I would have given that shoe deal like at Duke. Like, screw it, Zion. Like, he's barely even played right now, and his like brand and like weight has carried so much still.
Yeah.
Well, NIL deals weren't a thing. That's the difference.
I mean, maybe he did get an NIL deal from Coach K to go to Duke still, but
Yeah,
hey, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, Grant loves Coach K.
Yeah, I'm a Duke hater. I hate Duke.
Why?
I just think they're scummy. Coach K's Mr. On paper, he's like, I'm all about the kids. Everything's about the players. And then in every post-game press conference, he's like, hey, ask me the questions. Don't ask them anything. I'm here. And I think he's just I can't get a read on him. I don't really know what Coach K's vibe is. I don't know. I think he's
Winning.
He is he though?
Yeah, historically.
It's
pretty.
I don't know. I like that. I like whenever coaches are like, just stick up for the players a little bit, because with these big time places like Duke, like when you're Duke basketball players, these reporters
They're
not on your side,
faith
bro.
questions.
They're trying to get you to slip up every little thing they say. Like,
Mm.
like if you listen to some of the questions they're asked, they're like real double-sided, or like they'll force you to have to give some type of backhanded compliment or something. Like some where you're giving like some type of backlash somewhere, and it's like you got to really step around. Like, there's a reason whenever like people do like preparation and practice for interviews, and like whenever you are put in a position to where you have to like get interviewed a lot, they kind of like let you try to give you an advance of questions and let you think about the things you're going to say most of the time.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of not on, like the questions you get asked aren't always
fair.
Yeah, they're not always just on your side. That's the best way to put it.
Blake Griffin has a great bit on this. He's like, do jumping jacks like as hard as you can for 30 seconds, and then let me ask you like very complicated questions, and let's see how you do.
Yeah,
because you're drained. I mean, like after a game or even after a practice, I don't think I'd answer questions the same way as if I was fresh.
you do definitely gotta think a little harder. I remember I was asked, like, it was after practice. One of the questions I got asked in an interview, it was it's like the Cincinnati game the week Pratt was hurt.
Yeah.
They're trying to like,
oh, it was about the quarterback.
yeah, it was about the quarterback situation, and they were trying to get me to just kind of like, it was weird how they were putting like maybe say like Kai wasn't ready, or like be like, oh, he is ready. Like I think he's a little bit like more ready for the job than we think and stuff like that. I gotta look up the interview and like really see the question. But I remember before the interview, I got a little debriefing in there, like, all right, they're gonna ask you like some tough questions about the quarterback situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of just keep it like you don't want to give up too much away, like whether or not Pratt will be able to play, or whether or not someone's ready, who's next up, who's playing. Like you don't want to give too much away. They're gonna try to pry a little bit.
Yeah.
And they just kind of have to prepare you for that. And I was just like, that was the first time I experienced it. And I was like, that's crazy. Like,
come on. Don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
why are they trying to set us up right now?
When it comes to like press conferences and stuff, who like picks the players to speak? Like, is it coaches pick the guys, or does like the media want specific players to talk to, or
want specific
media? Okay.
Or at some time, and now I'm pretty sure it's always the media just wants specific guys to talk to. Like if some guys getting buzz in just the college football world, regardless like of timing, they kind of just want to talk to the guy and kind of get their name out there, or put them in the local newspaper and give them a little voice or something.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, like also you're kind of speaking a bit about it, how they'll like debrief you quickly before like with the quarterback situation, like, hey, they'll probably ask you this. Is there like any type of like first time on campus showing up as a freshman, like XX, don't say this, you can say this, like never say this, any type of like course or something, just like get you like trained for media? Because I feel like a majority of college athletes I see are like very trained, it seems, in my eyes, and pretty good at deflecting questions.
I remember my freshman year, we kind of had to quick. Did they do it?
Yeah,
freshman year?
We had the handbook.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, we always did the handbook, but y'all didn't have my freshman year. Like,
we had
like
a
whole presentation,
social media thing.
Yeah, just kind of
like a
like just what to do, what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever like if you're interviewing, kind of just like be honest, like be yourself, because it's like at the end of the day you're branding yourself, like you're building a brand around yourself, but like don't talk bad about your team, obviously. Don't put teammates down. If something bad happened in the game, like try not to shine the light on that. Like kind of just
always be like
positive. As positive as you can be. Try not to give too much of a reaction, like if it is a question like that you don't like, that don't be an asshole.
Right? Speaking about press, and obviously we're on the topic of football. So this past week, I don't know if you both saw it, but Kyler Murray got an absolute bag. He made, how much was it? He got a 5-year contract, $230.5 million. Kyler Murray is getting paid per year more than the entire Oakland A's roster, which is where he was drafted to. The Oakland A's roster is like $56 million. Kyler Murray is making $48.
Yeah, there was a press conference with the Cardinals GM, and they asked him like, "Oh, do you think Kyler's pretty happy he decided to not take that athletics offer, play one more year at Oklahoma, and then go. And he just responded, "Have you seen the Oakland A's payroll?" Yeah, I think Kyler's happy. So just reading that.
Yeah, that's surprising because I remember like growing up always hearing that baseball players are so much higher paid than NFL players. I mean, it's just longevity wise, probably.
To be fair, Juan Soto declined a $440 million contract.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is out there, but I mean,
I think that's crazy. Definitely, I'm glad they're paying the man.
Yeah.
Turning down 450, I mean, he must be betting on himself hard, but also like the way the salary cap raises and stuff, I think like he can technically hit free agency again in like a year or two. And like the cap like raises every year. It seems like every offseason, a new player is now the highest paid X or whatever every single year.
Probably until like, if the economy crashes, it'll stop being like that. But until that happens, it'll probably keep being like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like every offseason, blank is the new highest paid whatever in every sport.
You pay one quarterback that much money, and then they go and see, and they're like, man, come on. Like,
he's not better than
you. Yeah, I'm better than him. I'm on a better team. It's just like kind of the mindset you have. I would think anyway. It's like, why am I not getting paid the same, if not more than that guy? I'm better than that guy.
Yeah.
Just I think it definitely comes down to like, okay, they're getting paid that much. I need to be paid just a little bit more.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, the best example of that I'd say is Christian Kirk. If he can get 84 million, I think a lot of guys are like, okay,
all right,
show me the real money now.
The reason why Tyreek got paid as much as he did deserves it though, but I mean, that's what set the market.
Every receiver, like I feel like there's a new one every week.
So so Grant's a Chargers fan. I already know you're a Packer fan. We'll get to that in a second. You have a team?
Patriots fan.
Patriot. Okay, all right. That was not expected, but all right.
So the first team I played for whenever I played Little League was the Pearland Patriots. So like I really wasn't even that big of a football fan. Like I was a little bit of a football fan, watched football, but like watched enough to get into it and want to play it, but not really like just really paying attention to it. So I started paying attention to it.
Was it just me, or is like the elementary school like flag football teams always one of like four NFL? It's either like the Vikings, the Patriots. There's like,
you might be a little biased throwing the Vikings in first there. I'm not sure if that's one of the first teams to be thrown out there, but
no, definitely like always the most like winningest teams in history for sure. Like I heard a lot of Steelers.
Really?
Oh yeah. Definitely. Like I feel like just iconic teams like Cowboys, Steelers, Packers, just like really well known. Like maybe the Bears, maybe.
I just know like every that I ever heard of, at least every league had at least one Patriots in it.
Oh, yeah,
everyone had one Patriots.
Everyone's gonna have the Patriots for sure.
I also feel like the Bengals were pretty good. Just the color scheme, the orange. I kind of feel like the Bengals were always just thrown in there. Could be wrong, but I kind of get that vibe.
And the league is called Baffle Bay Area Football League, Little League.
That's wild. I have no idea what the middle school league I played for was. I was a Wildcats though, so
you're a High School Musical guy.
There's nothing. I don't relate to any of that.
No. Well, this was
like one Cowboys team.
It was like Little League. It was like Little League.
Yeah, I'm thinking like.
This is when everybody's kind of on the same playing field before.
Like Pop, I think it's Pop Warner.
I ain't playing no middle school. So.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. But like Little League, there's always these teams. We had one team's literally a one-off. They were the Bulls, like
like Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, like the logo was literally the Chicago Bulls logo and everything, but it was football and it was atrocious.
I remember I had like a youth league growing up because we were in LA. Every team was called the Lakers, but everyone just had different colored jerseys. So everyone was still the Lakers, but it was like, we're the green Lakers. They're the red Lakers. And that was like the distinction because everyone wanted to be on the Lakers. Yeah. So I had to make everyone happy.
It was the same with basketball. We had like 6 different basketball teams called the Lakers.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. For basketball, we're just everyone's the Lakers.
Clippers weren't getting any love.
No,
come on,
dude. We're talking about like the 2000s. You think the Clippers are getting any love?
I guess
I mean,
I guess
I'll be honest. Like I would say until even when it was Lob City, people like the Clippers were better than the Lakers, but like in LA overall, it was all just like Lonzo's coming to LA. Lonzo's coming.
You mean to tell me Lob City wasn't like LA wasn't Lob City when Lob City was a thing? Like
I think Lob City was a little more like on a national scale, like the Clippers are really sick right now, but in LA itself, it's still just Laker town. At the end of the day, Lakers run everything.
They be your own people.
I'm saying it right now. Like even when that team, when they were rolling out like Robert Sacre, Swaggy P, young Jordan Clarkson, like Jordan Hill.
Didn't feel right.
If you're from LA, I don't think if I'm from LA and I have the option to either rep the Lakers or the Clippers, I'm repping the Lakers every time.
I mean, like, I'm repping Kobe. I'm not repping the Lakers though.
But like
Kobe
also,
and Shaq.
to be fair, like when you're growing up in
Yeah.
LA, you're
Yeah.
watching Kobe and Shaq, and
That's
therefore
true.
you're watching the Lakers.
But like
the team.
So like the city, like they just don't get behind whoever's just.
Well, they don't-
Well, not anymore.
They don't just nobody really cares. Like you have like obviously
I'd say the Lakers is the only team where it's like they'll really
Dodgers.
rally behind Dodgers too, but like Lakers, they'll really rally behind like whoever's on the team. Like they'll defend the most ass players of all time and act like they're gods. Even like Kuzma, his rookie year, people were literally saying like second coming of Wilt Chamberlain. It's like what are you even talking about? Like
Yeah.
doesn't even make sense, the comparison there. But like LA fans, I think Laker fans are a little delusional. Like I was hearing rumors they're about to get Coach K, Popovich, Spoelstra, and like Pat Riley out of retirement to all join the coaching staff next year with LeBron. It's like, what are you guys saying?
So I know the Raiders are still getting more love than the Chargers. Then
No. Right now the Chargers are getting a lot of love. Raiders.
well, because they did.
I would say like right now, like the Chargers are like so low on the list. The Rams are like, I guess above it, but no one cares about the Rams here. Like really, no one cares.
I wasn't gonna ask about the Rams. They're the new guys, man. Like,
Even after a Super Bowl, no one really cares.
San Diego.
Y'all don't even appreciate them.
Well, LA just doesn't care about football.
yeah, like but the Rams weren't even in that like region. They were the new guys to Cali. I'm talking about like the Chargers and the Raiders have always been the teams in that area. And
I'd say like I might even know more Niners fans than Chargers fans.
I don't ever hear any big San Fran fans.
Well, it's just because like
They're just annoying. Keep them in their own little like corner away from the world.
It was kind of like on the 49ers boat when it was like the 2010s, like they had Jim Harbaugh, they were going to like the Super Bowl, whatnot, and it was just like that. And then once that subsided, you're like, no.
Just a one-off.
And now like the Chargers started upcoming and Justin Herbert's like,
Yeah, I really like Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. 6'6", 245 gunslinger from Eugene, Oregon. That's my guy, Herbie. But yeah, I'm a lifelong Chargers fan. At the end of the day, like Ohio State's like my big team. I've never really had an NFL team. So last year I tried picking up the Chicago Bears. I lasted about like 5 weeks, maybe got to the Justin Fields start, and I was like, wow, this team is really like, wow. I can't willingly choose the Bears for my team, you know?
Yeah.
That'd just be mean to myself. I can't do that. So
People are forced to be Bears fans.
some people are forced to be Packers fans, so
Some people are forced to be Packers fans.
it's an unfortunate occurrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like by name and birthplace.
Right?
so you are a Packer fan, right?
Yeah.
I want to know. I like read a stat the other day saying like Aaron Rodgers has only had like 2 top 10 defenses in his career. I think both of those were actually pretty recent. Maybe the year they won the Super Bowl, he had one that year. But I feel like the Packers roster, Everett loves to trash on them, but I thought they kind of killed the draft. I think what they're building on defense right now, I think like the Packers actually have a tough ass defense. They got Jair, they got Garrett, they actually have pass rushers. I feel like it's I'm trying to think of old Packers teams. Like Clay Matthews was like the most recognizable guy I could think of, like in terms of a big defensive presence. But I feel like that's kind of been missing.
We're talking like all time.
Charles Woodson was on that team.
Oh,
I'm thinking just with Aaron Rodgers, like in the past 10 years.
Right.
BJ Raji.
Yeah, they had Reggie White.
Reggie
too.
White.
They had Reggie White.
BJ Raji. They had some guys. I feel like right now, just as a whole unit, like that defense is scary when I like look at them just on paper. Do you have any concerns with Devontae being gone now? Maybe the offense might take a hit. I don't know. I'm on team Christian Watson's goated, but that's just me.
I just think that it's really gonna like come down to it's got to be like a good season. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that it's a team that they can figure it out in the playoffs unless you just got like some Rodgers magic. But I think that it's going to be like you're going to know before playoffs if they got a shot. You know what I mean?
I feel like past couple years, Packers have like consistently been 1 or 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. Some disappointing playoff finishes.
Yeah.
You could say maybe Everett's a little more happy about those than I am.
100%. I'm 100% happy with that.
And I'm not hurt. Like, I love the Packers. I don't have enough time to follow them as close as I used to. So this definitely, like this last season, I was the least in touch that I've been in a long time. You got to get, you know, who's a real Packers head is Khan.
Really?
Khan will talk to you about the Packers forever.
Okay. All right. Well, it's like my thing, like the big thing with the Packers and like the Vikings is it's like people trash, but also it's like a mutual kind of like understanding that like both teams are
Vikings are worse.
That both teams are gonna be good. That was what I was gonna say.
Oh.
But okay, yeah, we can go that route too. You know,
I don't know. If you had to guess any year,
we can go that
which
route.
team was going to be better, the Packers or the Vikings?
I mean, on average,
you're just gonna pick Packers just like 9 times out of 10, just
Frazier
off of just
years. That's the difference. And Christian,
You don't, yeah, but you don't get to know what year it is. It's just like a year was selected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on
random
average,
year.
yeah, you're gonna take the
Who
Packers.
you taking?
I mean, just saying. I think the Vikings are gonna beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I spun the question so it benefited me. Of course.
I got one little funny thing I saw. It reminded me of the Vontae Davis story when he retired at halftime of week 1 of like Buffalo Bills. I think it was like 2019. The corner retired at halftime, but new Falcons D tackle Eddie Goldman used to play on the Bears. He just announced his retirement from the NFL after only 2 weeks with the team. Also, keep in mind, he's 28 years old. So I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. What could have possibly been so bad to make him hang up the cleats? But I don't know. I just thought that was a little interesting. Thought that was not as funny as retiring at halftime in week 1. That's like probably the greatest move in NFL history.
Well, don't forget you had Antonio Brown's whole ordeal last season.
Wow, I actually completely wiped that from my brain. That was the greatest on-field antics of all time. Antonio Brown, and like I guess he just used that to kickstart his. I think he's a rapper now.
Rap career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he was at Rolling Loud. I think he performed at Rolling Loud over the weekend.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
That might have to be the next Aux song in the locker room is Antonio Brown.
No.
Bumping AB in the locker room.
Some pump up.
I'll have to get
Some pump up and yeah, probably some CTE, but well, we go from there.
Rap career, AB.
Not as good as prime football.
What if it was something good that made him retire? Maybe he loves
I don't know how you're gonna spin this one.
I don't know, loves Atlanta. He's 28. 28's not.
Oh, you're talking about Eddie. I thought you were talking about Antonio Brown. I was like, I don't know.
No.
Oh, whoa.
What makes?
I mean, maybe you're 28 and you're like, actually, like I kind of like Atlanta and I don't want to play ball anymore. And I have enough money. And
How long's he been?
Eddie Goldman,
Yeah.
like 6 years. He's 28, so he came with like 22, 21, so 6, 7 years.
Where's Magic City? Is Magic City in Atlanta?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's Magic City.
He definitely got traded and was like, all right.
Let me see how this is.
He's like, I don't really want to be traded, but I'll try it out. He got there, realized he probably just didn't want to do this shit no more.
Yeah.
He was like,
Plus Magic City.
Well,
plus Magic City. Nah.
I'm looking up. He in 2018 signed a 4-year, $42 million deal. So
I don't need to do this no more.
he's good. He's good on that side.
yeah.
Atlanta ain't for me, baby. It's a little high.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like some people, maybe they just get their bread and get out.
Yeah.
Well, when you also got the team that Atlanta does, I don't know if I want to be there either.
Yeah, that was a bit of a story of someone hanging it up. I got another story though of a feisty dog wanting to fiercely get back in the league. Josh Rosen just signed with the Cleveland Browns. So move over to Sean, the new QB1's in town. We know what time it is. It's Rosen time. Chosen Rosen. People forget. Actually, this ties in great with the Packers. Josh Rosen, his greatest accomplishment in the NFL. Yes, beating Aaron Rodgers, but more importantly, he's the reason Mike McCarthy was fired from Green Bay. So Josh Rosen's done a lot of things for franchises. So yeah, I think
his
Cleveland nailed this one.
His Twitter account has him with the Dolphins, him on draft day, and then his bio says
quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
Quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. So he's like 4 different teams going on his Twitter account right now. But
Journeyman.
Yeah, journeyman.
He's the next journeyman. It just also just happened to be a first round pick. So that's
crazy.
I mean, money though,
dude. I was rooting for the guy for sure. There was something about him when he got drafted. I was like, all right, like, what do you got? Like, you can't be dubbed Chosen Rosen and
kind of crap the bed.
Yeah.
Because he was like a top 5 player coming out of high school too. Like I remember hearing from like the whole time.
In my opinion, like,
I think grand scheme.
Yeah, I think it's a grand.
Chosen Rosen hasn't even popped off yet.
I think so.
You think he's gonna start for the Browns and he's just gonna go?
That'd be crazy.
He's gonna bring the Browns back. He
He
was chosen to bring the Browns back.
Is this a Tom Brady 2.0? Like, except I mean, he was in the first round, but coming back off the bench.
Yeah. This is like
I think he was
Jamarcus Russell redemption story.
Okay,
like
he's doing everybody proud.
This is for all those people who are rooting for Jamarcus and Ryan Leaf. Like this is their get back. Like
this is the arc.
Chosen Rosen's the one. Like
yeah.
With
a name like that.
Yeah, I think I'm right on this too, but I'm pretty sure. I think Rosen was the same draft as like Baker. So they're going from the number 1 pick to like number 10 now. Maybe this one's a hit. We'll have to see. The Panthers also have the number 1 and 3 draft picks from that class, Baker and Darnold. So, hey, if you were just to read that on paper in 2018, you'd have been like, damn, that's a steal for the Panthers. But hey, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe in 2018.
Yeah, that is a good question. Did you see what's his name? The NBA guy. What's going on in Charlotte? Brian Windhorst and stuff a couple weeks ago. He had this whole ordeal where he was like talking about the Utah Jazz.
That was amazing.
People, and his clip was, "What's going on in Utah? What are they doing?" That's the whole ordeal with Josh Rosen right now. What is Josh Rosen doing?
He pretty much said like nothing and was just like leaving a bunch of like spaces at the end of his words, just leading everyone on like what is he about to say? And then at the end of it, he was just like, "What's going on in Utah? That's all I got to say, folks. That's it." And it like blew up over the internet. I was literally saying nothing the whole clip. And you're just like, damn, this guy's good at speaking. Shit. There's something about this guy. He's just got me on my toes right now.
Yeah. That's awesome. What's going on in Utah?
I think with that though, we've been going for a while here. We'll leave it open-ended. More content for a future session. But
For sure.
thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. Make sure to follow, subscribe, all that stuff. And with that, Waterboys out.